Parties rattled by NPP. When will SJB crossovers happen? Ranil and Rajapaksas cannot do without each other. Backing from Rajitha, Patali too. Criticisms galore but no solutions. Foreign influence on leading candidates intensifies.
The leader, දේශයට මග කියන ප්‍රවෘත්ති පෙළගැස්ම.
Parties rattled by NPP. When will SJB crossovers happen? With Mayday over, political parties are hyping that their respective rallies attracted the highest crowds. Anyway, the SLPP, UNP, SJB and NPP have all spent many hundreds of millions of rupees on May 1st to showcase their strength. Just the number of buses used is an indication how much went to transport them alone. The likely winners, however, are the bus owners. Some question if the Election Commission and the Inland Revenue Department are unaware of these high spendings. Whenever an election nears, election authorities issue numerous guidelines to restrict campaign expenses, but they are never followed. Neither measures to control such spending nor investigate the sources of funding are not in place. Parties need billions of rupees for campaigning, and this is where the deal-makers get to work. The opportunity thus created is well made use of, with certain politicians busy collecting funds purportedly for their bosses' campaigns. By the way, the talk these days is that not a single SJB MP was seen on the UNP stage. Nalin Bandara advises Palitha, Harin and the lot to stop claiming so many SJB MPs will join them. It has become a big joke. Nalin notes that no one in the SJB will have any association with garbage. The Leader TV made inquiries and found that several SJB MPs had waited at a Colombo 5-star hotel suite to go on the UNP stage. They were accompanied by two in the UNP's management committee, one a young minister and another a former senior minister. While having lunch, they called President Ranil Wickramasinghe a few times. They were tense because not many were there to join them. One popular character among them said some others are awaiting a message from them. There are also a few others who aren't here, including one who has chickenpox as well as two who are out of the country. It is better to plan further, challenge Sajith over policies and come out, he proposed. With others agreeing, another call was given to Ranil, who advised them not to get excited. This is the time to show the UNP's strength, he said, telling the two management committee members to leave for the rally's venue immediately. Now the plan is to accept them en masse toward the end of the month. But leaders of other opposition parties are worried by a breakup of the SJB. They question if Ranil doesn't understand that such a division will profit the MPP. If Ranil shows his anger by attacking Sajith like this, he is doing grave harm, one of them told a close relative of Ranil. So, it seems everybody else is rattled by the big crowds drawn to the NPP rally. We have been saying it all along that only the NPP is presently mobilised at grassroots. But it will not be easy for them to maintain that wave of support much longer. Ranil and Rajapaksas cannot do without each other. Backing from Rajitha, Patali too. A news item in Divina newspaper says Basil Rajapaksa is due to meet Ranil within days to discuss the presidential election campaign and that a candidate will be fielded from an alliance comprising the SLPP, UNP and other parties. Rajitha Senarathna and Patali Champika too are going to join forces with this alliance, the newspaper says further. Anyway, SLPP's grassroots leaders are pressuring Basil that they should stick together at this juncture. In the meantime, Upul Joseph has written that Ranil cannot do without the Rajapaksas, and likewise, the Rajapaksas cannot do without Ranil. He will just say anything. Remember how he attacked Sajith worse than that. But, in the event the SLPP gives its fullest backing to Ranil, that will make a considerable impact on the election. Criticisms galore but no solutions. Ranil's news planter Asoka Jayatunga now writes his President's E-column under the pen name Washington Wolf. This time the headlines go as Mayday rally to shower gratitude on smart worker, aka Cunning Fox. Government to take workers' side if employers go to court. JVP and SJB showed their best. UNP SLPP to go further up. JVP criticises only, presents no programme. The column says, unprecedented crowds gathered on Mayday to show gratitude to Ranil. In the morning, he announced 1,700 rupee wage for estate workers with ministers Manusha Nanayakara and Jeevan Thondaman present. However, the Colombo rally was better. An official at the president's office said people were grateful. The smart worker just said, "Oh." Lateness by some speakers led to changes, with the welcome address switched to Rangi from Ravi K. Director General of Government Information Department Dinith Chinthaka Karunarathna tipped Ranil off to address the rally early for better coverage in the evening news. Ranil agreed and asked him to give a report about other rallies within an hour too. He was happier when someone noted the big crowds. Sagala Ratnayaka and Kithsiri Rajapaksha arrived with a large gathering. Ruwan Wijewardana, Akila Virak Karyawasam and others showed great commitment. With Indian singers in big demand, the musical show went on till after midnight. Harin Fernando too sang. On the following day, everybody spoke very highly to Ranil about the rally's success. One said that Rajitha, Thalitha, Hakim and Rishad were not at the SJB rally. Fonseca too left early. Another said it was the JVP's best. One participant from Uva at its Matara rally died. It is clear how they got crowds while preaching to others. Manusha remarked that people at the UMP rally were the only ones who trusted and showed gratitude to a lone person. The cunning fox pointed out that there were lesser numbers of women and youths this time. But youths were attracted to the musical show, said Manusha. The JVP and the SJB showed their best. It was the first time for the UNP SLPP, and this is not their best. Also, the Kotagala crowds were bigger than for other parties. When Manusha said employers were going to court against the 1,700 rupee wage for estate workers, the cunning fox said, "Let them do so." "We will take the workers' side and support them to win," he said. The JVP made criticisms only and said nothing about building the country, said Navin. AKD said on stage that the vast majority present were JVP members. His social media claimed 70,000 were there. It is good the leader himself admits only members. No average people were at their rally, another said. Foreign influence on leading candidates intensifies. World attention is now focused on Sri Lanka as the presidential polls draw near. American, Indian and Chinese agents are pursuing leading candidates nowadays. Chinese ambassador Chi Zhenhong and his wife went to Medamulana and met Mahinda Rajapaksa. Many inquired about the reason for his visit. After giving the envoy a warm welcome, Mahinda had talks with him about the political situation. The ambassador said Mahinda was very popular among Chinese schoolchildren. He is their favourite, he said. Chamal Rajapaksa and D.V. Chanaka too were present. Mahinda is trying to appease China, while Basil does the same with India. What they want is to get their support to smooth things out with Ranil. Anura Kumara Disanayake too is busy likewise. He is due to go to England in mid-June to meet with the Sinhala diaspora there. So, foreign interventions are underway. In the past it was the JVP-led leftists who exposed these intrusions. With that party changing its tactics, there is not a word about foreign interventions now. That's what politics is. Change and go forward without stagnating. That's it for today.